The 1936 Buffalo nickel, one of the most legendary 5-cent coins in American history. This story is designed to ignite curiosity, stir excitement, and inspire action for anyone who might unknowingly own this rare treasure. Among the dust of forgotten drawers, between the folds of time-worn wallets, lies a coin that could rewrite the story of your life. The 1936 Buffalo nickel, rugged, bold, and cloaked in the grit of the Great Depression, might seem like a humble piece of change. But some of these nickels, in the right condition with the right features, are worth millions and are among the most coveted coins in the entire world of numismatics. This is not just a coin. It's a portrait of American resilience. On one side, a weathered Native American face gazes fiercely into history, etched with character and struggle. On the other, a mighty bison, the American buffalo, stands firm as if guarding the treasure's worth. These designs are more than artistic. They are symbolic. They echo a time when America was fighting for identity, claw its way through economic despair, and they carry a history that now adds to their immeasurable value. Minted during one of the final years before the Buffalo nickel design was retired, the 1936 issue is an emotional farewell to an era. It marked the closing chapter of a design that had stirred collectors and patriots alike since 1913. But what makes 1936 stand apart isn't just nostalgia. It's rarity. It's mystery. It's the shocking worth tied to certain variations, errors, and exceptionally preserved pieces that survived the decades. One of the greatest hidden gems in American coin collecting is the 1936 D 3.5-leg Buffalo nickel, an era coin that fetches extraordinary sums at auctions. Imagine holding a nickel where the mighty buffalo is literally missing half of one leg. How could such a bizarre flaw happen? A mint worker, while polishing a worn die, accidentally removed too much metal, erasing part of the buffalo's front leg. That small accident created one of the most legendary coins in U.S. history. These flawed coins were released into circulation unknowingly, and only later were collectors stunned by what they had found. Today, owning one of these misstruck 1936 nickels in good condition can mean a life-changing amount of money, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, depending on the grade. And in uncirculated or proof-like condition, it's a 7-figure dream. But that's not the only variation from 1936 that can transform your fortunes. Proof coins, extremely limited samples made with polished dies and specially treated blanks, were also struck that year, but only in tiny numbers. Just over 4,000 proof 1936 Buffalo nickels were made, and fewer still survive in pristine condition. These coins shimmer with a mirror-like luster, and if you've somehow inherited one unknowingly, you could be holding a coin worth well over $1 million. It's mind-blowing to consider that a 5-cent piece, once used by a loaf of bread or a newspaper, now holds the power to buy an estate or fund a lifetime of freedom. But the magic of coins is exactly that. They carry time, story, and scarcity in their small metal shells. And when history, rarity, and condition align, their value becomes unimaginable. Even standard 1936 Buffalo nickels, without obvious errors, can hold massive worth. Those in near-perfect condition, graded MS 65 or above, command premium prices in the collector market. Combine that with full horn detail, where the buffalo's horn is fully visible and unflattened, and you're looking at a coin that could fetch 5 figures or more. Collectors around the world obsess over these nickels. They examine the placement of the mint marks, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mark for Philadelphia, comparing dies, inspecting wear, and hunting for unique die varieties. A small difference in how a date or letter was pressed can double or triple a coin's value instantly. The 1936 Buffalo nickel is especially deceptive. It looks aged, battered, sometimes barely legible. But that's the trick. Many rare versions are hidden in plain sight, tossed into jars or forgotten in collections for decades. Just because it's worn doesn't mean it's worthless. Sometimes, it's the worn ones that are rarest, especially if they escape cleaning and have an original patina. And while many were spent melted or lost to time, a few survived, quietly, miraculously. These are the coins that show up at estate sales and flea markets or tucked in birthday cards from grandparents. Their owners often don't know their true worth, but a trained eye or a lucky hand can spot a fortune. The mystique of the 1936 Buffalo nickel lies in its unpredictability. No two are exactly alike. Each has traveled its own path, passed through countless hands, witnessed moments of laughter, sorrow, and war. And now, it waits for someone to recognize its hidden potential. That someone could be you. If you ever collected coins or received old currency as a gift, now is the time to look again. A single Buffalo nickel with the right mint mark, the right error, or the right level of preservation could alter your life forever. It is not fantasy. It's a documented reality of the numismatic world. Stories abound of people who unknowingly sat on small fortunes for decades. One man found a rare Buffalo nickel among junk drawer change and sold it for enough to buy a new home. Another spotted a three-legged error at a local auction and flipped it for six figures within days. These aren't myths. These are moments that prove coin collecting is one of the few remaining treasure hunts left in modern life. Even if your 1936 Buffalo nickel isn't the ultra-rare error or proof, it may still be incredibly valuable. Coin grading matters. Coins in higher grades, with sharp detail, minimal scratches, and natural toning, bring far more than common worn pieces. And sometimes, the distinction between a $10 coin and a $10,000 coin is in the subtle differences only a true collector or expert can see. The thrill of discovery is electric. Holding a coin that hasn't seen daylight in decades, knowing it might be the key to a new beginning, is an unmatched feeling. It makes your pulse quicken. Your imagination runs wild. And suddenly, that old coin you almost threw away becomes your greatest possession. So don't sell your 1936 Buffalo nickel without getting it checked. Not by just anyone, but by certified numismatic experts. And never clean it, as polishing or scrubbing can actually ruin the coin's natural surface and obliterate its value. Leave the history untouched. Let the coin speak for itself. This isn't just a hobby. It's a doorway to another world, one where time, metal, and mystery collide. The 1936 Buffalo nickel isn't just a 5-cent piece. It's a slice of American heritage, a passport to fortune, a symbol of what's possible when rarity and fate cross paths. You might be one old coin away from something incredible, something life-changing. So go check that box of old coins. Dig through your family heirlooms. Ask your relatives. Look again at what you once thought was just pocket change. Because maybe, just maybe, that dusty 1936 Buffalo nickel in your palm is worth more than anything you've ever owned. Maybe it's your miracle in disguise, and all you have to do is recognize it.